Shiba Inu is kind of acting like a yo-yo. And what I mean by that is it seems like every time Shiba Inu drops down and people get negative, we bounce back up, return back to where we were at. And in terms of Shiba Inu right now, we still sit in this comfortable spot of resilience above our longer term trend, below our 20-day moving average. And we're just kind of prepping for this next extended breakout, for when we can take our next leg. This is when Shiba Inu has a real opportunity to liven up. And there are some signs around the space right now that are really helping our cause. And I want to show these to you guys. So if you are new or haven't already, make sure you hit that subscribe button down below, hit that bell. It's free to do. It'll keep you updated anytime there's new content live here on the channel. So first of all, I have to say I read all your comments. I appreciate the huge outcry of support yesterday. And yes, we will keep talking about Shiba Inu even if we are the last one, because a lot of people miss some of these major fundamental things that are taking place. All they want is just price, price, price. And I get it. I want to see major gains too. And I think that we're going to get them as the cycle progresses. But SHIB has times where it gets very quiet, where volume is quite low. And it always happens right before it becomes very, very loud. All right, we've talked about this in videos before, and I won't bore you too much with this, but I remember back here in early 2024 when a lot of the market had started running and we were still waiting for a major Shiba Inu breakout, and people were saying SHIB was dead and there wasn't a whole lot going on. And what we talked about at that time was fundamentals, fundamentals, fundamentals. And what it led us to was a 4.5x move in 7 days. And we fast forward to now, and we're at a time where people have even more conviction than they did back then. There is less available supply to go around. Whales are buying up Shiba Inu at insane rates. And now we're also seeing some major changes throughout the crypto space and throughout the world. We're seeing global liquidity on the rise. I did want to show you guys this as well. We are seeing US M2 money supply on the rise here as well. I mean, we actually just hit a record high in terms of that. So there's big injections of liquidity that are going to be coming to the crypto market. We're already starting to see some of the early signs of it. We are in fact seeing stablecoin minting increase. We're seeing capital entering exchange. The flows there increasing. I mean, all these signs are showing us that we're kind of prepping for this big breakout across the crypto space. And while this is happening, while Shiba Inu is just kind of quietly lying in wait, we're seeing some pretty big steps forward. So for example, I did want to show you guys Ethereum overnight hit the highest price we have seen since all the way back on February 24th. That is a great sign. In fact, we look at this ETH BTC chart, we got very close to setting a new local high here. And why this is so important is, if you guys remember, we've talked about these phases of the altcoin season, right? You start with phase 1, which is Bitcoin season, phase 2, which is ETH season, where you see Ethereum outpacing BTC at a consistent rate. And it looks like that bottom for ETH BTC was all the way back here on April 22nd. And then it's been a slow rise. We've had some pumps, exciting times, right? And now we're waiting for this acceleration. And what this will lead us to is phase 3, where the blue chips run, where SHIB and other assets go on some pretty incredible rises. And there are things that are going to help us get there. For example, another day, institutional adding in terms of Ethereum, $84.89 million, one of the largest days we have seen in quite some time. I mean, we had that big day on the 22nd, was it? Yeah, 22nd. But apart from that, it's been fairly quiet for Ethereum. So this now extends our streak to 8 straight days. What we're also seeing is this embrace around the world of crypto in general. Russia's central bank just approved to allow Bitcoin and crypto derivatives offerings, right? So we're seeing all the right signs, all right? And it may not be as fast as people want. That's fine. I think some people need to remember there's still a lot of PTSD in the market. A lot of people are still, scorned and burned from this drop down because we had such negative news and negative events. And understand that crypto doesn't always happen on your time frame, right? We talked about potential new all-time highs here in March through May, but you need to understand that things change in the crypto market. It's a moving, evolving beast. That's why the cycles aren't always perfect. They do ebb and flow. There are some changes. Sometimes you pump early, sometimes you pump later. That's why you don't always follow historic trends. But that being said, Shiba Inu right now is following trend. We're following what we did last summer. We're following what we did back in the early part of 2024. The fundamentals are showing it. The charts are kind of showing it as well. And what this means that we're preparing for is just a big blowout across the crypto space. Okay. Now, again, this isn't to guarantee your financial advice. Nobody knows what's going to happen for sure or when it's going to happen for sure. I've never said that, I'm a prophet or that I have a crystal ball or anything like that, but the data speaks for itself. All right, there are going to be so many people left on the sidelines just chasing when this thing does take off, and I wouldn't be surprised if SHIB is able to do some of these moves like it did back here, or like it did on its run to its all-time high, where SHIB ran 10x in 30 days. Okay. And why I'm saying that is, again, we have the consistent things here. We have more holders than ever. We have lower exchange supply than ever. We have more conviction than ever. And now we've seen that Shiba Inu is not just, it's not just a fad like it may have potentially been back in 2021 when it was only a year and a half old or a year old. It is now a point where it's an established blue chip asset that has not left the top 20 since its inception. And now, even at times where it's quiet, it's still just chugging along. An $8.5 billion asset on the verge of moves well beyond there. So I appreciate you guys. I hope you enjoyed the video. Let me know your thoughts below, but have a great day. Catch you guys in the next one. Take care.